Hi guys, welcome back. It's Nancy, and I want to thank all of you guys for watching Stamp Wars 2, Rise of the Sabotage. We had a lot of fun filming it, and we're already thinking of new ideas, yes, and sabotages for the upcoming Stamp Wars. So make sure you are subscribed to my channel by clicking that button in the bottom right corner and the bell so you get notifications whenever we go live. And check out Ryan, Tracy, Stacy, and now Chow has a brand new channel because those are my admins and they are all involved in Stamp Wars. So if you caught the last Stamp Wars, you'll know that our surprise sponsor was Local King Rubber Stamps. They sent us this beautiful set here called Pond Friends. You get these 3 fancy goldfish, 2 little pieces of seaweed there, and then the matching dies, which are very detailed dies. They actually cut out and emboss. So I'll see if you guys can see it here on the card. And as Chow pointed out in her video, you actually can kind of fold in or out some of these lines here. So that way you can give your fish some dimension if you wanted to. And you have a chance of winning this brand new stamp set and die set for yourself. So keep watching and I'll tell you at the end how you qualify. Alright, so here is the card I made during Stamp Wars, and what I did here is I had stamped out what the sabotage I got was that I had to use a watercolor. So I used some Spectrum Noir shimmer pots and watercolored the background with a couple different colors, and then I stamped over with this Local King Rubber Stamps Ocean Waves stamp set, and you could see I put some Hero Arts embossing powder on that, and it really gave it this realistic water look. I'm really pleased with that. Here are the little pieces of seaweed, and then my 2 goldfish, which also have shimmer pen, and the only thing I did after the video was put a little gel pen on the eye there just to give the eye some more dimension. But we're going to make a different card today and we're going to do something a little fancy here. So I'll go take you guys through the stamping of these again. Now, what I recommend with these dies, because they are a fancy die, they do stamp as well as emboss, is cut out a couple of images. So you can see I've already done that here. And you want to cut one set out of kind of heavy cardstock, because then what that heavy cardstock is going to do is it's going to be your grid or your template, right? A jig, I should say. So I have my Tim Holtz platform here, and I have a piece of sticky grid under here. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to line up what I'm stamping. I'm going to go upside down here. Hopefully you guys can see that. And because that sticky grid is in there, all I need to do then is just align my stamps into the little grid or the little cutouts there. So my stamps will fit right in like a puzzle. And then I can close the door. I have this rubber side up. Okay, whoops, stay in there. And now all you have to do is take your die cut pieces, line them back up where you want them, and then you just have to ink them. Now, last time I used the Local King Rubber Stamps markers, which are wonderful water-based markers. Today, just to save time, I'm just going to use some ink. So I'm going to use a combination of some Catherine Pooler inks here. So this one's Lime Ricky. Of course, you can use inks, you can use markers, you use whatever you have in your arsenal. That was Lime Ricky. I put that on the top. This one's Eucalyptus, a little bit darker color. Just kind of put that on and then stamp it down. Alright, that one's a little too dark. I'm going to stamp over that. This is some green tea. Alright, good enough. That makes me happy. And then we just pop those out. You can see how nice and detailed they cut out. And that looks great. I'm going to clean off those stamps and move on to our fish. Oh, I gotta say, I love the videos. If you haven't checked out the videos, I'll link them down below. You will need to watch all of the videos, subscribe to the other Stamp Wars members, so that you can be eligible. We all are going to have some kind of giveaway on our channel. Now we're going to work on our fish. I think I'll actually, before I do that, I do want to add one more piece of seaweed. Stamp that out real quick. Again, pop the piece of paper that you die cut out. Okay, and now we're going to bring in a couple of fish. It comes with 3 fancy goldfish. And check out Local King Rubber Stamps website. They have some specials going on. We have a special discount coupon. It's 20% off. It's only until the 26th, I believe. I will link that coupon code down in the description for you, as well as the link. And check out their YouTube channel. Lisa is the owner. She designs these beautiful stamps by herself. She manufactures the stamps. She presses the stamps. And they are just amazing. The quality, the detail. And I have been a fan of theirs for many, many years. So I was super happy to see them as our sponsor this time around. And like I said, we get a special discount code from her. So we want to support Lisa. Thank Local King Rubber Stamps for supporting our Stamp Wars and being our sponsor. So go check them out. If you don't have the stamp set, you can certainly get it, as well as the waves and the markers. Oops, I don't have a fish in that one. Make sure I line up the right ones here. And that's what's nice about, pre-die cutting is it's all ready to go. So if I mess up, hey, it's no big deal. I can just pick the ones I want. Let me see if all 3 of these stamps will fit. Oh, look at that. Perfect fit with all 3 of them. And then they'll stick down into that sticky grid. It might be time for me to replace some of my sticky grid. Alright, so now I'm just going to go in and add some various colors. This one is Bellini. And again, I'm just doing a real quick kind of stamping here. I can always go in and add some darker colors. We'll see how this looks. Or lighter colors. Oh, very bright orange. Okay, I'm going to grab some, what do I have for a gold and yellow? Here we go. Alright, I'm going to wipe my stamps off real quick. Sauna. Like a orangey yellow kind of glow to it. Okay. Let's see, I got some tiki torch. Add a little bit to this guy's belly. And this guy over here, missing a little. Now they all added a little turquoise to their fish. That's personal preference. You make your fish any color you want. You want them purple, you make them purple. I do want to add a little bit of darker color though, but I don't think I want to add turquoise. Let's see here. Now see this one, I don't think I have that one lined up correctly. Those two look great. This one, not so much. So I'll have to work on him. I'm going to add a little bit of this darker orange. This is Mandarin Spice. Just kind of touch the edges there. Okay. Give him a little depth with the darkness of color. Now I do like how Stacy went in with a dark marker and gave their eyeballs some life. So I am going to use a dark marker here. This is their watercolor marker set. I've only used them a few times and been very impressed with them. The markers are juicy, they stay wet, they're great for stamping, they don't dry out before you can stamp them, and the tips are very sturdy. So let me go in and do the eyes. Nose a little bit here. Okay. All right. And if you need a little more, just go ahead and add a little more. Take the yellow and I'm just going to kind of fill in right over the orange so we have some of that yellow so there's no white space on our fish. So they're yellow, they're orange. Hey, guess what? It doesn't matter if you color outside the lines because they're die cut. This fish got a wonky eye. I gotta fix that. There we go. Now he has a little bit less of a wonky eye. Okay. I think that's enough for my fish. I think I'm pretty happy with that. Let's move on to our background. Because we're going to make a real aquarium, you guys. Not even joking. Serious. We're going to make a real aquarium here. So I'm going to carefully pop these guys out. I think they look pretty good. Alright. Also, these stamps automatically come out and they come on these nice acetate storage sheets. Comes with a color idea sheet and the dies come taped to a little cardboard piece for you. And I just put them in Avriel storage pockets. And then I save this heavy duty as my template. I keep that with the stamps and all of my extra die cuts. Save those for another project, another day. Okay. So now we need to make the background. A couple things you can do here. I was going to use some foil and do like a printed wave background. But I really want to do this kind of watercolor look. Let me grab a piece of watercolor paper. I forgot to get that. Hold on. I'm back. All right, so I grabbed some Tim Holtz Distress Specialty stamping paper. Oh, that's not what I wanted. Hold on. Okay, now I grabbed the right one. Distress watercolor cardstock. They were right next to each other. So I'm going to grab a piece of this, and I really liked Ryan's Distress ink background, so I'm going to pay a little homage to that. And we're going to do Distress Spray Smushing. So I have some peacock feathers, and yes, I know this is kind of Sebastian-esque, but hey, if it's not broke, why fix it, right? So we're going to grab a couple of these colors. We'll do a real quick smush background here. And I think I'm going to use the textured side because I always use the flat side when I'm stamping, but in this case, because we're building up a scene, I don't need the flat side. So what you want to do is shake these around, swirl them around. You want to get all that pigment. And you can use regular distress stains. You can use re-inkers. You can use your ink pads and smush them. Use whatever you have. You can use a Spectrum Noir markers, the Spectrum Noir inks like I did previously. We're not going to do anything super fancy here except make this fish tank background. Okay, so just going to spray some of this right here on my mat. A little spritz of water. And I'm going to go down and just smush and pick it up. Attempt to smush and pick it up. Oh, that's pretty already. Okay, I'm going to spray it with a little water, get it to move around a little bit. Do like Ryan does and add a little heat to it. Going to give us a little bit more muted of a background, even though the colors are bright. The Distress Oxides kind of dry with a chalky finish look to them. They have a haze to them because I don't want the background to be the focal image. I want my fish to be the focal image, so I just need this color in the background. That's all. I don't want it to overtake what's going on here. I'm going to spray some more water on what's left here and go in and layer this on there. I really don't want any white spots if I can help it. Pretty good. I'm going to spritz a little bit water on there just to get those water spots. Give that a second to soak in. And then blot those off. Okay, so that's our background. I have a 120-pound accent card base as our base. This is our background. Okay, now I want to cut this in a frame. So let me grab my frames quick. And then we have our fish. We have our little seaweed. We're going to start assembling this here with a little bit of a twist. That's my headphones cord. Move that out of the way. Okay, I found a stitch square frame that I'm going to die cut this with. And I want to make sure it's centered up because we are going to end up using both pieces here. Feed that through my Gemini Junior. Okay, and this is where it's going to get fun. Whoops, that wasn't fun. Careful peeling that Post-it tape off of there. That's all right. We'll fix that. Little touch up. Okay. Let that dry. Clean this up. Okay. What we're going to do now is start to build our aquarium tank, okay? So the reason we need a frame is that is going to go on the outside, and then the actual fish, this is going to be the inside or the back of the fish tank. So I do want to add a little bit of embossing powder on there. So I have some Hero Arts sand embossing powder, and I probably don't even need ink because this is still a little wet, but we're going to take a little bit of Versamark and just dab the bottom here, just a little bit. That's all we want, just the bottom covered up. This embossing powder is pretty neat because it has like pearlized like a tan, and then it has some brown. I think there's a little bit of metallic in there. So it's all like these different colors and textures, so it does look like real sand. We're going to heat that up. Okay, now we want to glue our elements down. I'm going to use some art glitter glue. Okay, now we want to line up this element here. We don't want to glue the frame down yet. We're going to do that last. But what we want to do is get this centerpiece lined up and glued in. Okay, so we're going to glue that in. Make sure that's centered on there. Okay, now comes the fun part. We're going to put a heavy stamping block on there to hold that on there. And what we need to do is we need to build the water part of the aquarium. So in order to do that, you need a pretty good Ziploc baggie. And I've already kind of blown air in this one and made sure that it's pretty good. And we're going to use some hand sanitizer and some ink re-inker. And I think you guys can kind of figure out the rest here. You know, a lot of people make shaker cards. Well, you can make a liquid card. Now, obviously, this is for novelty. You do not want to put this in the mail, okay? You do want enough of the sanitizer in here that you can see that there is liquid in there. Don't send me hate comments about wasting sanitizer, okay? I got enough sanitizer. I'm going to just put a couple of drops of re-inker in here. Not too much. A little bit goes a long way. There's 3 drops, okay? And I'm going to close this baggie off and just kind of mix the re-inker in there. And you can see it turns the sanitizer to this light blue color. This is Simon Hurley Clear Skies. So it's a nice light blue. So you just need a couple of drops of that. All right, and then you're going to just gently kind of mix that around in your little baggie so we have blue sanitizer. Okay, now obviously if it oozes out anywhere, that's not good. All right, now we want to assemble this. So you want to make sure that that you have that all done. Now I tend to measure this out and then I don't cut it, I kind of fold it over. Oh, I probably should have did that before I taped my panel down. Whoops. Yeah. But what we're going to do, as you can guess, is we're going to tape this down and then we're going to tape our frame over it. And then we will have an aquarium card. It's really that easy. So might be able to tape this end down too. Now, I'm going to tape this to the inside here. Probably should have done it under my card panel, but again, we'll keep this as a novelty card. I'm going to tape that to the inside there, and this is just using Scotch tape. And this end I'm going to tape over here. Now, if you wanted to fold this in and do it under your card panel, that probably would have been a better idea. Okay, but that looks pretty good. I need to move this side up a little bit. Man, if I had thought about this during Stamp Wars, I would have won hands down. This is definitely taking more than an hour though, isn't it? Anyway, all right. That looks pretty good. So then all you do is you can use some foam tape and you can glue that right on there. I do have strips that I use for when I am making my shaker cards. They're little Stampin' Up! Foam strips. We can use those, and I kind of push my sanitizer towards the middle so that the outside layers lay down flat, and I keep that sanitizer liquid in the middle. Now, of course, if you wanted to add a little more pizzazz to that, you could add some little beads or bubbles, like shaker elements, but I just wanted to show you guys how quick and easy you can make your own aquarium card. Alright, so if you've stuck with me this long, you want to know how you can win that stamp and die set. What you will do is comment down below. I want to know if you ever had a pet fish. So to give you guys a little story, when we were younger, of course, my sister and I won some kind of a pet goldfish. I don't know if it was a carnival or if my parents bought one, but we had this goldfish, and my sister, she's a couple years younger than me, she was in the tub, like, you know, taking a bath, being awfully quiet. I heard her get out of the tub and jump back in the tub, and I said, "What are you doing?" And she was like, "Oh, I'm just getting a toy." So I really didn't, you know, like, question it. Well, she's in the tub, and she's being awfully quiet, and she's in there for a very long time. Then she hops out of the tub again and, like, runs to the kitchen, and her little naked butt goes running across the room, and then she goes back to the bathroom. I'm like, "What are you doing? Like, you need to get out of the tub. You've been in the tub an awful long time." She's like, "Oh, nothing. I'm just playing." And, you know, I don't know what she went and got in the kitchen, but, you know, she got something and then she jumped back in the tub. So finally, curiosity got the best of me, and I went to check on her. Well, here, the first time she got out of the tub, she put the goldfish in the tub with her. And she was swimming around in the bathtub with the goldfish. Well, the goldfish died, okay? It went into shock and it died, poor goldfish. So then she had to get rid of the evidence because she knew she was going to be in trouble for swimming around with this goldfish. Well, she got up and went to the kitchen to get a butter knife. And she took the butter knife and tried to cut the fish's head off and try to shove it down the drain. So that is our story of the carnival goldfish. So I want to know if you ever had a fish. Do you have a fish? She has like a saltwater tank now, and she has these beautiful fish in there now, but you know, I often make fun of her about that goldfish. So I don't have any pets. That's the only fish I can remember. I think I maybe had a betta fish when I was younger. But here you can see we have made this really cool aquarium looking fish tank. We have the sand embossing powder at the bottom. We have the colored sanitizer. I guess you could have left it clear. But it's a lot of fun to play with, just like a shaker card would be. And we have that heavy duty card base, so it will hold up to it. So there we go. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. Be sure to subscribe to my channel. Check out the other Stamp Wars contestants. Again, we have Tracy, Stacy, Chow, and Ryan. They will all be linked below. You want to find their Stamp Wars video where they also made a card with this stamp set and comment to whatever they're asking you to comment to in their video. And then we will each pick a winner from each channel for some prizes. Don't forget the Local King rubber stamps discount code is for a short period of time. It's 20% off. I will link their website, their YouTube page, and the discount code down in the description for you. Thanks for watching, and as always, keep on stamping. Bye-bye.